Shanks season! Shanks season is upon us, ladies and gentlemen, in the latest episode of One Piece, episode 1082. People do not fully comprehend. To this day, even, manga readers don't fully comprehend just how magnanimous, just how overwhelming Shanks' Haki feat on Green Bull was. And it's done twice over in the anime. In the anime, they actually, I would argue, buff this Shanks feat compared to its manga counterpart, which I'll get into real soon. But this is without a doubt the greatest Haki feat in One Piece on two fronts, not just in a Conqueror's Haki sense. What? Huh? Yes. Good. Let me break this down because I did a video last year. Oh yeah, check it out. It's a video that goes over the finer details, the logistics of this whole situation when Shanks sends over his Wi-Fi Haki to Green Bull in the manga chapter version of this incident in chapter 1055. But in the episode, truth be told, in the manga it was absolutely insane just seeing those few panels and what Shanks did in those few panels. In the anime, it didn't get the sauce that I was hoping it would get. In hindsight, the red and white Haki bolts of Shanks coming out of the sword. I know cats, the sword. They're trying to leech. They're trying to mooch. Like they're freeloading off of the Shanks greatness, and you know exactly what I'm talking about, but it doesn't matter because it never did. The fact of the matter is that the scene itself was an okay-ish scene compared to, let's say, other scenes we've gotten so far in Wano Country that are like way better in terms of animation effects and quality. The best animated scene in this episode wasn't Shanks' moment, it was actually Momonosuke's blast breath on Green Bull. I believe that Henry Thurlow was the one that was in charge of that scene. And that scene was, bro, whoa, that got a lot of sauce and a lot of spins. Henry Thurlow, he said before on Twitter, this man loves spinning. This man's animation style consists of a lot of different spin motions, like we've seen before when he did the Maester Cannon for Big Mom, where it's just a lot of spinning. I digress. This scene with Momonosuke and Green Bull was an outstanding scene, but the significance of the Shanks moment vastly outweighs anything in the episode, without a doubt. Zoro, we have Sanji, we have Jinbei. They're there chilling, kind of confident Momonosuke and company can handle Green Bull. Even though we're wounded and weakened, we can get the job done without a damn doubt. They mentioned how this Haki was overwhelming. Even Luffy, yeah, I have an idea who that is. And in a roundabout way, it shows you, hold on, Luffy has experienced Kaido, bro, right? Kaido has phenomenal, fantastical Haki. But what Shanks did was just something else crazy. So first of all, real quick, and folks don't realize it, though in the anime, they do give you a snippet of this in the last episode, where Shanks does sense Green Bull in Wano Country. And what's very important to understand here, number one, is that Shanks is able to somehow perceive this person that's in Wano Country is an enemy, particularly a Navy man. Just think about that. How is Shanks able to perceive Green Bull as a Navy man from that distance? And that's number two. It's the distance. It's the distance at which Shanks is doing these things. His observation Haki sensing feat, sensing Green Bull, knowing that somehow Green Bull is a Navy man from that distance away is the greatest observation sensing Haki feat in the story, even better than Rayleigh sensing all of the creatures on Ruskina and knowing how powerful they were relative to Luffy, and arguably even better than NL. I'm a huge NL fanboy. Oh, make no mistake. NL is one of my favorite characters of all time. But I'm telling you, here and now, that what Shanks did is even better than NL sensing the white and the white sea. The distance is absurdly long. Now, in the video I did last year where I broke it all down, and the TLDR is this: Shanks is essentially sensing Green Bull from like thousands of miles away. Relatively speaking, Shanks should be around the same spot where Zunisha is, where they can't even see the borders of Wano Country. Keep that in mind. You have to actually grab one of these magic carps, you have to ride the magic carp, go through all this crazy freshwater, seawater channels, then go up a gigantic waterfall, then have to go through a freshwater ocean, then you have to go inland into the flower capital. So look, Wano country is it is a massive area, and Shanks can sense Greenbow from that distance, which only amplifies the Conqueror's Haki feat even more so. Particularly in the manga, where in the manga, this thing just goes up. This thing just goes as high as, it was unbelievable, bro. He's able to actually break the cloud cover that surrounds that whole area that even Zunisha couldn't break. And half its body above sea level should be over 17 kilometers, over 10 miles. Unironically, Zunisha couldn't break that cloud cover, but Shanks' Haki did. It was like, no, wait. Wait a minute, Shanks, stop! Don't do it to him! Shanks did it to him! Shanks did it to him dirty! He was like, yeah! And Greenbow, it was crazy. The distance that Shanks' Haki covers in observation and in Conqueror's Haki is absurd. Absurd. At the minimum. But in the anime, they did something weird. They did outside the sword. Oh my God, sword. Doesn't matter. It's Haki. It's all Haki. Always has been. Always has been. In the manga version of the scene, it's just above Greenbow. Near-ish Greenbow, and Greenbow's kind of pressured by it. In the anime, the Wi-Fi Conqueror's Haki beam is like a straitjacket. And Greenbow, when he first gets that back shot. It's not me. That's what they did.
That's true.
One of these bolts prevents him from moving like a straitjacket, and he's in gigantic Groot form. So Shanks is about to take in Greenbow into the psychiatric ward, into the funny farm, yo. Look at it! Whatever it is in Japanese, I can't move! It came the second ball. I'm like, bro, what is he doing? And the sound effect did remind me a lot of Mega Godzilla stuff, like an old school Mega Godzilla eye laser, that when he just sustains it. It was kind of a weird sound effect, but I would say also in some ways like nostalgic. But that being said, here comes the second bolt to the back. The bolts of Conqueror's Haki completely cover Greenbow's body, and then Greenbow is forced to power down. And then, Red Air Pirates! In the manga version, he was in that group form before, and the bolts come above him, and then that form just gone. It just disengages. So we already knew that the Conqueror's Haki from the manga standpoint was suppressing his different powers. Well, we've seen the anime, it's kind of like an RPG paralysis, where it literally constricts Greenbow and arguably deactivates, forcibly deactivates his Devil Fruit power. And he seems to be in physical pain. Especially when he starts talking. What they're doing here with the Conqueror's Haki in the anime, they're applying a sort of paralysis effect to the Conqueror's Haki. Even if you can't get knocked out, you can get completely stun locked.
Scary.
And then potentially delivers physical and mental pain to the targeted user. So even though the Conqueror's Haki feat in the anime does lack certain details, like you're not gonna see the actual range, the height and the length of what Shanks is doing compared to its manga version. All you see are like the bolts track the water. He does do like 2 distinct bolts in the anime version, and the way it kind of coalesces around Greenbow, even though he's not getting knocked out, he can't do a damn thing, and he's forced to depower. And this, you can argue, is in lockstep very easily with one of Haki's innate abilities, which is to negate Devil Fruit powers. Remember during Roof Piece, Law said that he could not move Big Mom and Kaido in his room because their Haki was too strong. And here we have Shanks' Haki suppressing Greenbow's Devil Fruit in real time with a Haki straitjacket. So the Wi-Fi has added features, I'd argue, In the anime, which we have to wait and see if Oda himself is actually gonna do that in the manga, but that's a kind of nutty feature because Kaido did allude to the idea that Haki, it's Haki that transcends all. And right now, we're seeing the greatest Haki feat in the story by far and away. Logistically, and now it comes to the attributes. Oh yeah, we're seeing the greatest Haki feat we have ever seen by far and away. By far and away. This is Shanks season. Oh! Woo! Shanks season is upon us. Oda did say that when Shanks makes the move, that's when the final saga truly begins. And Shanks wants that One Piece. Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see. The animation I thought could be a lot better, but the feat itself is just so phenomenal, so unbelievably studly. It really does set a new precedence for what Haki can do. Luffy still has a long way to go. Even though he's crazy busted and OD powerful, he still has a long way to go in the Haki realm to reach what Shanks did in this episode of One Piece. He still has a long way to go. But let me know your thoughts on Shanks season. Once again, check out this video over here for the full logistics of why Shanks' feat is so damn insane. And of course, if you enjoy this video, then make sure to give your boy a like. Subscribe to the channel, double tap subscribe and click on that bell to join the notification squad. I'ma catch you cats on the flip side.
See you. Bye bye.